What is going on, everybody? A little bit later than we wanted to be, but we are here nonetheless on another Thursday show. Not many left for this Eagles season. We got, I don't know, one meaningful regular season game, hopefully. Hopefully, only two meaningful playoff games and Super Bowl. So, we are here. First solo show in a while because I was late. To be honest with you, I completely forgot because it's the holidays. It was crazy. So, as you know, we use some streaming software, so the comments and things are delayed. But drop me a line here, and we'll respond to it. But give me a minute. Don't drop off there, cousins. We'll discuss it. You know, we want to talk everything. I know a lot of people are freaking ticked off. Your Christmas was ruined. Eagles, Dallas. Got a huge game coming up this week. It's a huge game on right now as we talk, but not that it matters. Dallas up 10-0 on the Titans. And if they lose, Dallas loses, Eagles win the division. Still don't have that one seed clinched, though. All the Eagles have to do is win. Win. They'll win the division, and they'll get the one seed. What's up, Jonathan? So, I know a lot of people are ticked off. I'm pretty ticked off, too. And it is making me really sweat this game this week. So, I didn't love the matchup, regardless who is starting a quarterback going down to Dallas on a short week, third straight road game. You know the idea. Did not love it. So, yeah, it was a tough spot for us either way. 4 turnovers, not going to win the game. And, better yet, it was really tough. If you remember the Washington game, we also had 4 turnovers. So a lot of similarities there. We beat Washington. We played them again. Turned the ball over way too many times and lost. We beat Dallas, granted with a backup quarterback the first time. We had a backup quarterback this time. 4 turnovers. And we lost the game. So we split there. So it makes this Saints game all the more important because, once again, should you lose against Dallas, which we did, should you lose against the Saints, now you're into the Giants game, have to win it, and you already beat them. You don't want another sloppy NFC East game at all. So this game, you have to seal it up this week. Both quarterbacks are practicing. And if you remember, after the Washington game, we played the Colts and barely won. So the Washington game that we lost, she could have dropped 2 straight there. So you don't want to limp in. We got the injury situation going on. You want to be that hot team like the Phillies, red hot going in, and we're not that team right now. It's really tough. Injuries are starting to pile up, but they are for all teams. And I will say this, though. The NFC East has 0 teams eliminated. They might all make the playoffs. Carson Wentz back in the saddle. And the AFC East has all of its teams not eliminated yet. I doubt all those teams get in, but it is something to be said. There's always that division every year that's trash, the NFC South, and there's always that division that has a bunch of good teams. I think everybody thought it was going to be the Broncos and things like that, but they're just awful. Fired their coach this week. So, lots of similarities here. NFC East games now 500 against one game above 500 because you beat the Giants. You didn't play the second game yet. You're one game above 500 in the NFC East. They're your only losses. And you want to seal this up this week. You don't want it to get down to that last game. And you want the quarterback to be healthy. So, let me know what you think. Let me know what you did on Christmas and what your plans are for New Year's Eve. I am wearing my black and gold shirt because I went to, this is why I'm late on the podcast. I went to Atlantic City and I went to the new Nobu restaurant and it was fire. It was super fire. Highly recommend it. Our waitress was awesome. I wish I knew her name. But highly recommended. And I'm boozing some. And I could say it on here. I couldn't say it on the last show. The wife is pregnant. We're having a baby. We don't know what it is yet. So we celebrated. Didn't want to go out New Year's Eve. We hate the price fix stuff. We're like a regular menu guy. Give me the stuff. I want to order the stuff on the regular menu like an adult. And that's where we are. So we went out tonight. We're going to stay in. So maybe I'll go live again and we'll do a rockin' for Philthy New Year's Eve. But doubtful. Thank you for being with us on a Thursday show. And thank you for the congratulations, Ken. I appreciate that. So I'm drinking my Sea Isle spiked iced tea. So there I drank a mezcal smoke thing. Smoking Aces it was called. And I drank a boardwalk drink with Fingers Alibi gins. Shout out to that. And now I'm just totally mixing everything. So if I start slurring, and I'm glad I'm on with you guys, because shame on the friggin' Tennessee Titans for, I don't know, maybe it was a short week or he's hurt or something. Malik Willis can't go. I mean, he was on the Eagles' radar. Malik Willis can't go against the Cowboys right now. They have Josh Dobbs they signed him off another team's practice squad. I don't think he even knows the plays, but it's worked for Baker Mayfield. But I don't think it's going to work for Josh Dobbs and the Titans tonight. So the Eagles have to win and lock it up. But more huge news out there. Talked about it a little bit last week. I won't go too much into it. But if you yourself grew up collecting anything, toys, collectibles, trading cards, or if you have kids that love the Pokemon and the collectibles, you may have heard of the Whatnot app, and you may have heard of Drip. Well, let me tell you, Drip is superior. It is a superior app. It has some of the greatest collectible sellers on the planet, some of the greatest kind of produced live streams I've ever seen, as far as using, if you're into streaming and Twitch and all that, you like watching live shows and live streams. As far as graphics and multiple cameras, we're going to have to step our game up here because I'm I'm going to have to get a second camera. And I got approved to have shows on Drip, which is going to be separate from this. But I'm going to be doing my first show in a couple weeks, and I have a account manager over there. And I'm going to be selling trading card games, mostly the Pokemon stuff. So please cross over with us if you like collecting sports cards and any of that stuff. So Eagles Saints. I hate this spot for the Eagles. I think the Saints are a tough team. Was wildly the more important game over this or the Dallas game. I mean, because of the draft pick stuff. I know everyone's focused on this year, but it's a big thing when you can help yourself out short term and long term. So there's both are at stake this week. Eagles thought they'd be heavier favorites, -5.5. Now Andy Dalton is undefeated against the Eagles, which I like. I like that Andy Dalton has won every time. He's got to lose at some point, right? Problem is, Jalen Hurts has whipped the Saints now twice in a row. From what I know. So, and what I see. Remember the juke play last year? We took our dad. It was phenomenal. So, yeah, I don't like that situation with the Eagles have although, again, focused on this year, focused on the now, doesn't really matter what happened 2 years ago. But I never like that when, some of these teams you don't play all too often. In your most recent meetings with them, you've beat them multiple times now in a row. I never like that. The Saints really have nothing to play for. They're not tanking for a pick. So they're going to give you their best shot. This is their Super Bowl. They are 6-9. They do still have life. They're second in the NFC South. So they could, with a Buccaneers tumble, they could get in. And you might have Minshew in the game. So Eagles aren't that heavy of favorites for being home team. They're not even a touchdown favorite. You get 4 points, I think, just for being home. So you're 5.5 point favorites. It's more like being a 1.5 point favorite. So that's because of the quarterback situation. But even if Minshew starts, you'd hope. I don't say it's a lock, but you'd hope that the team doesn't turn the ball over 4 times. I mean, he could throw a pick, like an accident, Guys throw picks. Accident, something pops up, something like that. You just can't make a habit of the dang thing. So let me know where you guys are going on New Year's Eve, because I'm old. I'm not doing nothing. Staying in. Just hit Atlantic City. And can Dune jump on, or is it too late? Yeah, it's too late because I am on. I don't know. You could try joining the room, but love everybody to death. But I don't want to have to edit 2 videos together to upload a podcast. I barely even uploaded it last week. You can try joining the Riverside room, but I don't know what it's going to do for the thing. Might whack everything up. I'll lose half the podcast or something like that. Who knows? But I'm learning. I might get off this Riverside. So if you use any other streaming stuff out there where I could let people jump in real time and not lose the whole rest of the friggin' show, let me know, people out there. Because I'm using Streamlabs, which has a little bit more graphics and stuff like that. It's not good for meetings and having multiple people on the streams, but it's good for having multiple cameras. So yeah, maybe you should just come over and we'll get rid of this Riverside and just get 2 cameras and 2 mics. And the Titans. Yeah. Now we got Doom and I got two pregnant wives. And I fed one of them sushi, which I don't think you're supposed to do, but our doctor told us that's an old wives' tale. The reason being is parasites or something, which if you go to a really nice place, you shouldn't worry about that. And our Japanese server said, oh no, in my country, we have babies all the time, and this is all the food that we eat. So there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. Straight from the manager. Eat up. It was fire. Caesar's Nobu was fire. And my old stomping ground, Dusk, is gone. It's now Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen. So they got Hell's Kitchen, and they have Gordon Ramsay's Pub is still there, which is like got to be the longest standing restaurant in Atlantic City. Most restaurants last like 3 years in that joint. The Gordon Ramsay Pub has been front and center when you walk into Caesars for like 10 years, I feel like. Gordon Ramsay got 2 joints right next to each other. And the Nobu was hot fire. And my buddy Patrice McBride was DJing at the Toga Bar on the casino floor. And he's also DJing in the plaza, like when you first walk into the Eagles concourse. If you're going to the Eagles Saints game this week, Patrice DJs for the Eagles. He's like their event DJ. So when you go in the concourse, you'll see the Miller Lite tent, and then WIP's in the middle with the pro shop. And then like there's usually like the bathrooms and the Dunkin' Donuts, and the Foles statue was there for a while, like to the left. And that Patrice is usually there spinning some records. I just saw him getting ready to rock. Man is working Atlantic City 2 or 3 times this weekend, Philly bars, and the Eagles game Sunday. The boy is working. And it was hot fire. So Dallas game was torture. 3rd and 30, everybody wanted to fire Jonathan Gannon, and I'm not one of them. I don't think he's going to get a job, so he'll be back. I think Shane Steichen's going to be the one that gets plucked. But hey, if we go the distance and then there's not that many coaching jobs up for grabs, sometimes these assistants can't interview, and then they end up hiring somebody else. So you might retain everybody, which would be great because you want the consistency there. And you probably sign Jalen. And you can't have as many good players maybe if you're in a little bit of cap trouble. So you might lose a couple key players. These Super Bowl teams always lose key players. And you I think Doom's at the door. You can't that was really distracting. You can't if he's outside, come on in. There's nobody to answer the door. But if we lose a couple key players because we have to re-sign guys, it'd be great to have the whole coaching staff back. Long story short. So there's a lot of similarities from this Dallas game that you can look back on, the team can learn from, especially after the Washington loss. They had to come back and they had to rebound and rally. And you know, you got to play, you got to win the next week. You can't let this thing spiral. So Doom is at the front door. There you go. So sorry for the delayed response. See if we can get him in here. See if my wife can let Doom in here. So, yeah, Doom's coming in. So that's good. So, I think the Eagles, let me know what you guys think as far as Eagles prediction goes this week. And this is going to be hilarious because he's going to come in here. I don't even know if I have another microphone for him. I guess I do. We're going to have the first time ever a guest just walk in on the show. I lost my camera. I knocked it over because Doom's here. Yeah. So we lost our whole vision here. So let me straighten this out really quick. This is great. Oh, this webcam is not the best webcam in the world. So yeah. Well, I don't have TV on because I'm doing podcasts. So you're shit out of luck there too. Anyway, we'll see if I get mine as well since he's here. See if we can get another mic hooked up. Let's push this backdrop out on the other side and pull a chair in. Party Craft Podcast. We lost all production value right now. And we have another microphone, I think.
1, 2. You got it to work that fast?
I just got to plug it in. Now I lost my camera.
How many people are even listening at this point? Probably like 2. What's up, all 2 of you? This is actually better for me because I can go on my phone at the same time. What's up, everybody? Why are you dressed all fancy?
I went to Atlantic City.
Oh, you went to Atlantic City? Where'd you go?
I went to Nobu.
Excuse me. I got Island Shore takeout Chinese food.
Good. That was our New Year's Eve dinner because we're just going to stay home tomorrow and Saturday.
It's weird looking up at the screen and seeing the delay.
Oh, yeah.
It's freaking me out.
Oh, Tennessee scored 10-3.
Oh, listen, I have such... Nobody cares about anybody else's fantasy drama, but I have epic fantasy drama tonight. I have a buddy of mine who's a season ticket holder for the Eagles.
Close to your mouth.
A buddy of mine who is a season ticket holder for the Eagles is starting Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Squeaky Elliott. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, razzing him. Dak Prescott has a pick. Hey, I have a fantasy question for you. If it's a fumbled snap, why is that not a fumble to the quarterback?
I think you get minus points depending on your scoring. You get minus points for fumble lost. So If it's not,
He didn't. It's not registering yet. I don't know if
did
that's
he
something that
lose the
happens after
fumble?
that. Yes, Tennessee recovered. There was a poor snap. It wasn't like he didn't have it and then
negative points for the fumble.
it's not on fantasy. You know they update the points in real time. They better add that thing. It wasn't like a bad exchange. It was a bad Dak Prescott.
They got to see how they score it. It's like baseball. It's like how did they score the play? Was it an error? Was it a hit? Or who it's on? They might give the fumble to the back, or they give the fumble.
But Tennessee's quarterback stinks. They have Dobson, and he's fumbled twice, and he just looks not like he's not alpha.
It's a shame. We wanted a Malik Willis showing today. My buddy opened up like a $250 box of sports cards, and that was like his hitter that he pulled. It was like a Malik Willis rookie card, jersey card, because he was just drafted. It was like one of this year's boxes.
That's awesome.
And he did not play. So we're long Malik Willis stock right now.
The entire Tennessee Titans team was out. I mean, I'm like hawking this game for fantasy purposes like crazy. Tennessee has the following players out tonight: Don Nico, Autry, Dylan Cole, Zach Cunningham, Brad Dupree, Derrick Henry, their cornerback, their safety, their tackle, obviously Tannehill, DB, DE, and guard, all out. So good luck, the Eagles catching an easy one and winning the East, not having to do anything.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
We still need the win for the 1 seed. So
How'd you get me a mic so fast? I'm impressed.
there's one here. It's not the greatest, but it's okay.
We got any people in here?
7.
Let's go. What's up, all 7 of yous?
It's like jumping up and down. It was like 20, then 0, then 7, then 3, then 10, then wow.
Did me breaking into your house throw
Probably
that
helps.
number off?
When there's more than one person on here, it definitely helps.
So what did you talked about so far? Did you talk about Eagles Dallas? I was like not even really. I was like existing during that game. I was not invested in it. I struggle watching games not at the game with lots of people. Like, I'm not a bar guy, never been a bar guy watching games. So having like 20 people over for Christmas Eve is like basically like a bar scenario for me where I'm very easily distracted. I honestly didn't even know it was 4th down. Like, I thought it was 3rd on the last play of the game. Like, I was like that frazzled of everything going on.
Yeah, there was like somebody open on that last play. Nobody really talked about that last like 4th down play. There was somebody open.
AJ
flat.
AJ was like, oh, flat. AJ was kind of open on a floater if the pass was better.
Just kind of threw it deep and past the end zone, but yeah, no one really talks about that. They just gave up too many points, and a lot of it was on short fields. Most of the Dallas stuff I talked about was just in comparison to Washington. And how we beat Washington and then we turned it over 4 times. We beat Dallas and we turned it over 4 times. Like, we beat the Giants. You play them in a sloppy game at the end of the year. Like, you really got to seal it up this week. I don't want to play the Giants. NFC East games are unpredictable.
Amen.
But the Saints are in 2nd place and they're 6-9 and they could win the division because the Tampa Bay Bucks just can't.
Right. What I'm asking you a question you probably don't know. What's the timing of the Tampa Bay Bucks game? Is it a simultaneous 1:00 or is it like later? We got to look that schedule up because that'll be interesting. If that game's going on at the same time, to be scoreboard watching, or maybe even just hang around and catch that afterwards, depending upon how things go. But I think the Eagles just handle business on Sunday. I'm not ready to be scared yet. There's nothing will scare me. I will be scared guy if they lose on Sunday. People listening right now, what should I do? Fantasy, and I'm in the championship for my fantasy league. I have Gardner Minshew. I picked him up, but Hurts is like semi-practicing, and if Hurts goes, they could pull him at halftime. So I picked Brock Purdy up. Do I safe bet Brock Purdy? Do I Minshew? Do I Hurts? I need help. I don't know many people in my predicament in a fantasy championship
Yeah,
with
I
this.
can't play any of them unless they're like Hurts is starting. You play Jalen Hurts. I'm not playing Minshew at all. Minshew's just probably borderline droppable.
Minshew got 23.
Oh, Brian Rash is on.
What's up, Rash?
Brock Purdy
Rash likes Purdy.
be in the whole game.
Yeah, Purdy's like a guarantee. Love you, B Rash. What's up, man?
Dude,
How's
I haven't
Cali?
seen Brian Rash in a hot minute.
I love every once in a while. His tunes come on. Like I'll be like at the gym or running or something like that, and my favorite song, Reputations, will come on out of nowhere.
We had a heavy B-Rash. I don't know if you play Call of Duty, but I was playing with some of the boys that I used to jam with, and I had this like Sonos speaker right next to me, and they can hear it through the mic. So that's what I was jamming the other day. It was like old like locals. I had Just In Case on. I had a hand-me-down Buick on. I had The Last Try on.
Oh, that's good.
I had everything ripping.
Yeah,
I was like DJing while we were playing COD. They're like, "Yo, play this."
yeah. Just In Case deserves a shout out. So Just In Case band, California locals to Cape May. Great group of dudes.
So the Eagles with 12 more sacks, which sounds like a lot in 2 games, can break the Chicago Bears sack record from the 80s.
Wow, that's wild.
They had 6 in their last 2 games. So
Who's beating you up? What happened here?
I think I was just breaking out. I don't know.
Dang. Yeah, our boy Hassan Reddick's got 14 sacks. I think is a Hassan Reddick count.
It's 6 against Dallas. 6 against whoever they played.
And the Reggie White record is what, 21? He's like 3 sacks and then like 3 sacks again, and like maybe 4. 7 more sacks. Tie that. That would be sick. 10-6 Titans.
10-6 Titans.
We're not winning. 10-6, not Titans. 10-6. They are losing, but 6 in a row. Rash said too much. That was Phil's song.
That's right.
You ever shout out your band? You probably never do self-promotion, but yeah, Phil was in a band. Phil was in a great band when in high school times during like the pop punk emo boom. They were called Last Try. You can find them online somewhere. Hear Phil's thing.
Never promote it.
Well, I can do it. I'm your brother. I'm allowed.
But yeah, I don't think.
Are we going Sunday? What did you decide?
I don't know.
We're a game time decision on Sunday. The weather's going to be beautiful.
I'll just wait. You can always go. What a sequence of events at the end of the first half. The Cowboys, Dak throws a second interception in the game.
Let's go!
And Treylon Burks gets a huge touchdown. He also had a touchdown against the Eagles and got hurt because he got crushed. So he hasn't played. And Treylon Burks has an acrobatic catch, but they only end up with another field goal, and it's 10-6 at halftime.
They're favoring... I forgot the guy's name. I'm just drawing a blank. There's Pollard, but Pollard's out. And there's obviously Elliott. And then there's a third running back who is getting most of the touches while I was watching, and he's pretty quick. But I was loving that because I'm against Elliott tonight for fantasy. What's his name? Like Dylan or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Teams are weird, man. They want...
He gets a depth chart up. Davis.
Malik Davis.
Davis getting a ton of carries.
They want... Dak is sweating a lot. It's funny. We're going to put it on in a second. Once we...
Maybe we'll go live on TikTok. I'm gonna hang with Phil. I am impeded on Phil. I showed up unannounced. Very old school Italian of me. Call it, as Sebastian Maniscalco says, call it company. You got company. I got cabin fever. I'm a teacher. I'm home with my kids. I've been ripping on Nintendo Switch and playing games and board games and everything with them since like Christmas Eve on. So I snuck out. I did tell my wife I was leaving, but I just snuck out. At least when I sneak out, I come hang out with Phil. I'm not up to any shenanigans. Oh, Phil's putting the game on.
There it is.
That TV's great, by the way. I'm loving that TV.
Dobbs is not sweaty. No, Dobbs, I don't think if Malik Willis is the future for them, or they're going to at least, once Tannehill leaves, if they're going to at least rock with him for a few years and give him a shot, I don't think they wanted him to play on a short week. And it's just a shame because they're in the playoff hunt. Do they really think they have a better chance of winning with Dobbs? I guess so. And they're looking pretty good right now.
Dak has 0.7 fantasy points at halftime. Let's go. Sorry. Again, I'm fantasy ruining.
Malik Willis has a really low completion percentage. He only completes the ball 50% of the time. So, Dak,
they should put him in. This Dobbs guy has no chance.
Dobbs is 50% as well. I'll take the younger book that knows the plays better, probably. We got a second half coming up, which is good. This is usually when we sign off and I upload the podcast at halftime. Takes a little while to process. But
Phil, thanks for letting me crash.
What's your Eagles Saints score prediction?
Blowout. I'm not. The Eagles are bad. They're gonna play for the fans.
It's like a Christmas game.
31-10. I don't even think the Saints are gonna even have a chance. I think the Eagles give it to them. I'm gonna say 31-10. I'm not playing. Eagles got to come out hard. So I'm going blowout.
I think it's gonna be tough.
What's the spread?
6.5 now. What's 5.5?
Blowout.
Mine is 6.5. That means money's going on the Eagles. Lots of money on the Eagles.
I would imagine.
-5.5.
I would imagine.
Minus 6.5. And yeah, I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be right on that, and Birds cover by 7. 27-20. There it is. Go Birds, Bill. Yeah, Bill. Shameless self-promotion. Our playoff shirts are available.
Wait, stop. Bill is the dude that sends us the hilarious videos of him wearing the luchador mask and like has a Rocky voice. Bill, is that your real voice or is that your character? Because I'm obsessed with those videos. Do you know the one I'm talking about? He's like, yo. He's like in his garage.
Oh, yeah.
That's Bill. Yeah, I recognize the name. His Bill. Follow Bill. Bill's posts are funny.
Bill. Yeah, we went to the Titans game where we crapped all over him. It was lit.
Did he respond?
Yeah, maybe follow Bill.
Follow Bill. Bill's a man.
So, yeah, it's going to be a close one. Hopefully, Eagles haven't lost 2 straight all year, so don't think they're going to do it now. Don't want them limping in. Lane will be back. He's not doing surgery. Hurts will be back. Dallas Goedert was already back, and people killed the Eagles for not giving them ball enough. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will be back for the playoffs. Going to get everybody back at the right time, so we just need to seal up the business. Oh, also notable, first time ever, Jordan Mailata's family is going to watch him play. They flew here from Australia for Christmas, I guess, and they're still here, and they're going to come to the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is tight. So, go Birds. Jordan Mailata's dopest.
Love Jordan Mailata.
Peace.
Oh, I have an unpopular take. Eagles' Christmas album stinks.
It's too short, and there's like 2 non-songs on there. There's a song with no Eagles, and there's like Merrill Reese, which is awesome. But
yeah, hot take. Sorry to ruin your Christmas, but it's like 4 songs. You couldn't buy it. When you could buy it, it was $80. I'm a sell on the Eagles Christmas album.
I like the singles. I think there's 3 like classics on there.
No, I just
like maybe like 10 good Christmas songs.
I had to be a little Negadelphia just for a minute.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I went on YouTube and like streamed them all, and I was like, nah.